Hello everyone, I'm Sanya, and a few days back I had put up an Insta story asking you guys to choose one of the four options on which I would make my next vlog or reel, whatever. And the most responses were given to the topic reconnecting with your inner self. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. So let's waste no time and dive in. Number one, this is a long-term solution, but it really works. It's journaling. I don't journal every day. You don't have to journal every day, but do it whenever you feel like there is something that you need to process better in your mind. It can be a happy situation, it can be a tough situation that you're going through, and you just want to get it off your chest and process it better, describe it better, so that you can finally feel like, okay, now I have fully registered it inside me. Maintain a diary. It will really help you to get to know yourself better, because when you see your thoughts on paper, you really understand more about yourself as a human being. One thing that happens to me when I am journaling, and something that I love, is that in my mind everything is very messy. It's not deconstructed, it's all tangled into one another, all thoughts, and multiple tabs are open. But when I start to journal one tab at a time, sometimes I write something which I didn't even know I was feeling. It's so subconscious, and the subconscious thoughts also come out when you start writing, and then you're like, okay, I was feeling this, or I was thinking this, and I didn't know properly that like I was not thinking it in this way, but after writing it down I understood that, okay, this was what was happening, this is my thought, this is my feeling. So when you start writing, you start describing your feelings and thoughts better, and that makes you understand yourself, which you would not if you're just thinking in a very messy, chaotic head of yours. So writing helps that. I think one thing that is happening a lot these days is we are constantly surrounded with things that will entertain us, like be it social media, be it television, be it Netflix, or any other things. We can just, on one click, we get entertainment whenever we are bored or whenever we are feeling gloomy, sad, lonely. So we don't take time to think or feel, or really sit with our thoughts. We don't take time to pause and reflect uh, on our thoughts and just think how we are. If you're bored, if you're feeling sad, you will just scroll on social media and get away with it without even thinking, why was I feeling sad? And journaling helps in that. It makes you know what you're feeling and why you're feeling also. It's also great for storing your memories. I think that's the best part. Like anytime I open an old diary of mine, an old journal, and I read a random journal entry, and I'm just so glad to read some of the good memories that I had. It's like I would read a journal which I was writing in 2022, 3 years back, and I would just find a page which is filled with a happy memory. And I'm just blabbering about how good this day was and why was it so good and what all happened. And I have described everything in detail. It really helps you to understand what makes you happy also. That, like, I look at those entries and I just feel like these are such special moments from my life that I have recorded in this diary, and it helps you cherish them better. Many a times we don't cherish happy moments like we should, but journaling about it helps us cherish that. The second thing is, this is something I actually did randomly without intending to do it for this particular purpose, but it happened naturally. Like, there was this one day when I just journaled all the things that I like about myself and all the things that I dislike about myself. This can be qualities, this can be habits, this can be behavioral patterns, anything about yourself, about your personality. Things you like, things you dislike. You all need to try this because it really helps you be self-aware about yourself. You would realize that there are so many things you love about yourself that you don't even think about much. There are so many qualities you would love about yourself which you don't even think about often, which you should. One of my friends always says to me that you are so self-aware. I don't know how you do that, but you just know what you're good at and also the things that you're bad at. You're very self-aware in that sense. And I think one of the reasons why I'm self-aware is that I did this exercise, and then it made me feel so aware of myself, of my personality, that I kept doing it after that in different forms. And it really helps. I really suggest all of you should just list down all the things in detail which you love about yourself. And don't write it in a broader or generic sense. Describe in detail whatever you're feeling, and also the things that you think you need to improve or you need to be better at. Write everything. So this really helps you to connect with yourself because it makes you know yourself. Many of us don't even know who we are, and we are just living life without knowing that fact in detail. Third thing is think about the one quality that sets you apart from the crowd. Ask yourself this question: what sets me apart? What is the one quality inside me that is rare, which I have not seen many people have? What is that quality? Write about it. Write about specific situations when you might have noticed this quality of yours. Write it and just think about what part of you made you a person who has that quality. Think about it. This will help you connect with yourself a lot. Like, it doesn't have to be a quality that you have but no one else has, because it's never going to be like no one else has the same quality. People will have, but it can be something that is rare. It can be something that in a way makes you who you are. You know, what is the one quality that you think makes you who you are? Like, for example, one of the rare things these days is empathy. Basic empathy. You know, when someone is sharing their feelings with me, I can be empathetic. That is the best thing about me, is what I have noticed, that I can be empathetic. I can put myself in someone else's shoes and just listen to whatever they are sharing without judging them, without making them feel like they are weird or abnormal for sharing this. I have that quality, and many of my friends have also pointed it out, and actually because they have pointed it out, I have started noticing that okay, I am actually like this. You know, and then you just suddenly start seeing all the situations where you were where you had this quality which you weren't aware of, but people notice it. Many of my friends notice that she has this quality but none of my other friends have, and I'm not saying that I'm someone great, but everyone has this quality. Even my friends have some qualities which I don't have at all. Like, I'll tell you about my friends. Okay, there is a close friend of mine who will always give you such logical and sensible, practical answers to things. Like, you're going through a panic situation and you need help because you are panicking. So he's the one who will always be calm and tell you things calmly and just, you know, practically approach the situation, which helps when you are a very emotional person. Like, you are panicking because you are stressing out and overthinking, what if this happens, what if that happens, and he will just logically calm you down and tell you that, listen, this has happened, but whatever you are thinking is clearly overthinking because this whatever. And he will just be so logical that you start thinking, okay, yeah, that helps, that's very logical. And that is something that my friend has which I don't have. Or there's another female friend of mine, and you know, whenever you are facing a problem, whenever you're facing an issue in whatever aspect of your life, you need people who will remind you that your life is not revolving around this one problem. You know, you need people who will just help you have a chill conversation even while you're dealing with something. Even if they are dealing with something, we can just joke about our problems with them. We can just have fun about it. We can just, you know, we can laugh even in the most weird phases of life with those friends. So this friend of mine, whenever I talk to her, no matter what is happening, no matter how chaotic things are, but we just chill. We just talk about them and we just laugh on it, and we just learn to not take life so seriously and just chill sometimes even amidst chaos. It's basically like the quality that she has is making someone laugh even in their bad times, making someone have a chill time even in their bad time or difficult times. And that's a rare quality. I don't think I can do that, but she can do that. And there are countless examples like this. Like, I have a friend who you can go to whenever you need clarity on something that you're going through, or maybe you just tell her that I'm confused about this. And by the end of the conversation, you will leave the conversation with a certain amount of clarity. I don't know how she does it. I don't know what magic she has in herself, but every time you're confused, she will leave you with certain amount of clarity in your head. That's a very rare quality. Again, I have not seen anyone have this quality. So this is what I'm talking about. All of you have at least one quality which sets you apart from the crowd. If you are having difficulty thinking about it, maybe ask your friends. They will tell it. Ask them, what is the quality that you think sets me apart? What is the one special thing? Ask them. They will answer it for you. You know, the thing is that this really makes you understand what is something special about you, because it is definitely true that everybody has at least one special quality. So understand what your specialty is, understand what you are an expert at, and that really helps you connect with yourself, that really helps you know yourself. The fourth thing, this is one of my favorite things, okay? Write a letter to your younger self. Choose any age. It can be your teenage self, it can be a toddler phase of your life, it can be anything. Choose an age, write a letter to that phase of your life, and talk to them like you're having a conversation with them. Imagine what they would say, imagine what they would reply, imagine what your younger self would reply to you. This really helps you the most to connect with your inner self, because you talk about a lot of things that you did in your childhood in this exercise. You talk about a lot of things from your childhood which you don't talk about otherwise in your daily life. Many of the people might think that this is such a silly exercise and what's the point of this, because it's not like they are going to reply back. They are you. You are they. So you can clearly imagine what kind of answers your childhood self would give to the questions that you asked them. You know, you can share about how your life is now. You can talk about what your dreams were in childhood, and how many of them came true, how many of them changed, how many of them got modified, what is your career now, how are your friends now, what is something that you did in childhood that you were bad at. And you know, like, I will give you an example. In my childhood, I was very bad at some things like maths or drawing, and in childhood it really feels like I'm just dumb for not knowing this, you know. But now I'm a 22-year-old, none of those things matter. Not being good at maths, not being good at drawing doesn't matter to my life now. But back then, when I was in school, when all my peers were better than me, it used to feel like it's the end of the world. Shit, I'm so bad at this, I'm never going to be good at this, and this is going to just this is going to create difficulties for me, and I'm just so dumb, I'm so stupid, how can I not know this? It doesn't matter now. So you see the amount of changes that your life has gone through, and back then the problems that you had were so, now they seem so small to you, but back then you might have a quarrel with your friend and that might be the biggest problem of your life in childhood. But now your life is so different. Talk about all these things in that letter, talk about what all has changed. It really helps you reflect on what you were and what you're now, and how many of it is the same and how much is grown. And the fifth, pick your favorite fictional character. Think about why they are your favorites. Write about it. Write about what part of them resonates with you so much. Why do you like them so much? And this really helps you understand yourself better, because sometimes you might like a character because they are your aspiration, because you want to be like them. Or sometimes you might like a character because you relate to them in a way. You feel like some part of them resonates with you, some part of them makes you relate to them. And this will really help you know about yourself by looking at what that character is like. This is a very interesting activity, and this really is fun to do, and also it helps you a lot. The sixth thing is continue doing things you love. Continue doing things that bring you joy. Now this might sound something that is very simple, but we often forget it. You love listening to music, listen to music more often. You love watching movies, watch movies more often. You love singing, sing more often. Many of the times we fade out of things that actually give us happiness, and that's why we feel disconnected from ourselves, because we are not doing the things that are actually bringing us joy in our daily lives. If you are, for example, if you are a movie lover, watch a movie if you haven't done that in a long time. You won't believe how refreshed you will feel after that, because you will connect to something that gives you joy. You will connect to something that gives you happiness, and that will refresh you. That will make you feel so energized. That will help you connect with yourself. So reconnect with the things that brought you joy and you don't do them anymore. And with that, we have come to the end of this vlog. I really hope that the people who had selected this topic in my Insta story, reconnecting with your inner self, I really hope you guys found something helpful from this vlog. If you try out any of the exercises or activities that I have talked about, please let me know how that makes you feel. Please let me know how that helps you. And with that, let's end this. And the next vlog is probably going to be me fangirling about Harry Potter. So be ready for that. And stay tuned.